The room was packed, the air buzzing with tension. Washington, D.C. was no stranger to fiery debates, but this night would be different. This night would leave a mark on everyone watching. Asterisk Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, known across the nation simply as AOC, stood tall at the podium. Her voice, sharp and unwavering, echoed through the chamber as she launched into a passionate defense of her policies. Cameras flashed, journalists scribbled, and political allies applauded her determination. But lurking just a few rows back sat Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, the sharp-tongued Republican whose plain-spoken style was as famous as it was controversial. Asterisk for weeks. The two had been at odds, clashing on television, sparring in interviews, and trading barbs across social media. It was almost inevitable that their paths would collide in person, and now they had. Asterisk Kennedy leaned back in his chair, hands folded, listening closely. Then, at the perfect pause in her speech, he raised his voice. Asterisk Congresswoman, with all due respect, you sound like you're trying to sell cotton candy in a hurricane. It looks good on the outside, but it just won't hold up when the storm hits. Asterisk the chamber erupted in laughter and gasps. AOC froze, her eyes narrowing. For a moment, it seemed she might volley back with a fiery remark. Instead, her face hardened. She turned to security and, in front of everyone, gave the order no one expected. Asterisk remove him from this chamber. He's disrupting the proceedings. Asterisk a hush fell over the room. The request was shocking, even to Kennedy. Two security guards hesitated, unsure whether to follow through. AOC was a representative, Kennedy a senator, equal in power but worlds apart in style. Removing him would set off a political firestorm. Asterisk Kennedy stood slowly, his southern drawl cutting through the tension. Asterisk well now, I'll save you the trouble. But before I go, let me just say this. Asterisk he walked toward the podium, not aggressively, but with the confidence of a man who had nothing left to lose. The room was silent, cameras zoomed in, and even AOC's supporters leaned forward to catch every word. Asterisk, I may not agree with a single thing you just said, Kennedy began, but I'll be damned if I let anyone believe I came here to mock you. You've got passion, Congresswoman, and I respect that. What I don't respect is shutting someone down just because they don't see the world the same way. Debate is supposed to be tough. It's supposed to make us uncomfortable. That's how we grow, and that's how America works. Asterisk, there was no sarcasm in his voice, no hint of the playful jabs he was known for. Instead, there was a raw sincerity that caught everyone off guard. Even AOC seemed startled. Asterisk for a few long moments, she stared at him, her lips pressed together. And then, slowly, she nodded. The crowd erupted again, not with laughter or boos, but with applause, because in that instant, the debate transformed into something bigger. AOC cleared her throat, her voice softer this time. You're right. Senator, we disagree a lot, but you're right. We're not here to silence each other. We're here to prove each other wrong. And sometimes that means listening, even when it's hard. Asterisk the guard stepped back. Kennedy returned to his seat, and the chamber, once split by tension, found itself united in respect for the exchange. It was not agreement, but it was something rarer, acknowledgement. Asterisk over the days that followed, clips of the moment spread like wildfire across social media. Commentators on both sides replayed it endlessly. Some criticized AOC for trying to have Kennedy removed. Others praised Kennedy for his humility and composure. But most agreed on one thing. The moment revealed something Washington had long forgotten: that disagreement does not have to mean disrespect. Asterisk weeks later, the two were seen in a committee meeting, not as allies, but as opponents who understood one another a little better. They sparred just as fiercely, But now there was an undercurrent of respect in their words. And that respect mattered. It reminded Americans watching at home that even in a fractured nation, civility could still exist. The lesson was simple, yet powerful. Strength is not in silencing your critics, but in having the courage to face them. AOC had shown determination. Kennedy had shown grace. Together, they reminded the nation that democracy isn't about winning every fight. It's about keeping the fight alive, without tearing each other apart. And in that chamber, on that night, America saw a glimpse of what true leadership could look like.